Hi, everybody. I've had people asking me what's the difference between the Quest series that's going to start in January and the Spirited Path, the intensive that will start in June of next year. The Quest series is four classes that are the prerequisite of the intensive. Used to teach it all in one pass, and it was a full 2 year immersion, and COVID changed everything. Like, we aren't built to do it that way. We aren't built to do it all the way through. I'm not built to mentor it all the way through that way anymore. So I broke it up into segments. And I did that also because there are skills that humans want as animists who don't seek to do soul work. They don't seek to do soul retrieval and death walking and depossession and that kind of stuff. And so that was my thinking for whatever the 13 years or whatever that the intensive has existed. But again, COVID changed all of that. And I also realized that I needed to hold it all differently. And here's what I mean. So, the way that I talk about it on the webpage, which I realize now I need to change, the way that I talk about the difference between the two historically is everybody needs animistic skills. Everybody needs to remember and reconnect with the body's awareness of animism because body never fell. Body has never been on a broken path. Body has always known that we are ecosystem, we are in relationship, and we have high responsibility in that for how we use our agency. So that has kind of been the distinction that I drew between the first few classes that is now the Quest series and the rest of the advanced material that is focused on soul travel and what we do when we soul travel, the medicine that we evoke and bring back when we soul travel. And there's still a basis for approaching it that way. But what I realize now is there are different communities to represent. A lot of people say, I want to learn those skills, but I don't want to work with humans. And historically, they've meant that in kind of a snarky way. They're like, I like trees better than I like humans, which I get it. I totally get it. It's not an animistic stance to have from that place. Like, we're all in this trees, humans, rocks, mailboxes, all of it. We're all in this. And that's kind of a distinguishing point in how I have talked about these two different educational entities that I hold space for. But the reality of that is there's a difference between saying, I don't really like humans as much as I like facets of nature, or I don't feel as comfortable in the presence of humans as I do in facets of nature, and realizing that your core community that you serve is not human. Your core community can be an ecosystem. It can be bringing animistic awareness back to archaeology or many things. So from that standpoint, I have had to rethink how I talk about and approach and hold space for the spirited path. There is absolutely room for people in that study whose primary community of service is not human. What I will also add to that is, who are you going to pass your wisdom on to? Like, if your core community that you're in service to is not human, how are you going to convey your wisdom, your experience, and your knowledge as an elder to humans to sustain and further for the descendants the gift that you bring to the planet? So, yes, you don't have to serve humans as your community, and you can still have a really deep need to know things like curse breaking and ancestor tending. But I still want you to consider Who are you going to pass those skills on to? Because it is going to be a human community. And how will you do it in a way that is still supportive of you and what's right for you, of the community or communities that you serve and what's right for them, and still make sure the descendants benefit from your wisdom? If you have any questions about the Quest series or about the Spirited Path, don't hesitate to ask. I have a wait list on my website for people who want to get information first about the Quest series. I'm working out the schedule for that this week, the exact dates that it will all be, and I'll have that available. And by October, we're going to be signing up for the Quest series. And by April of next year, we will be signing up for the Spirited Path.